another guy staying with him since he's grade eight year, somewhere there. Somewhere there. So all in all, it was a mom and a dad from two different families getting married, and there was 7 children involved in this equation at that stage. Then we started to call ourselves the clan. In the meantime, the clan, 7 children already, they got married, and now there is 7 children, 7 children-in-law, and 7 grandchildren, plus the mom and the dad. So the clan is growing.
I'm trying to
21.
do maths.
It's 21.
It's
Well,
20,
plus mom and dad is 23.
23, and that's a good number to have.
Not bad.
Yeah, and Sherry Lynn is number 6 of the 7 original children. Yeah.
Original. How do you feel to be called original?
Well, I feel like a Marvel superhero.
Originals.
Yeah.
So, and that's from Lynette's. That's perspective is 7 times 7
Times.
times 7. No, that's not 21. 7. Okay. Sherilyn, how did you feel? I mean, growing up, we've heard your testimony. We've heard about your family dynamics and how you came to the Lord as well. But growing up with having a
combined
dad,
household.
and then passing away, and then having a new one, and new brothers and sisters. How did that go?
So we were all friends at school, which is actually quite amazing.
Oh, cool.
So it actually happened that my oldest brother, after my dad passed away, he immediately phoned my now stepbrother. And he just said, listen, my dad passed away, pray for me. So they were best friends since, well, as long as I can remember. And eventually it ended up that my oldest brother went to go live with the guy who's now my stepdad. And like we were all friends. So we were all in the same hockey teams, rugby teams. So everybody knew each other. So it wasn't that weird. We were like, yeah, we're getting some friends.
Yeah.
So that was the cool part. But there were also a lot of challenges because we were all friends and we were all at the same stages of life.
Yeah.
So especially between me and my stepsister, we were still a year apart. But now all of a sudden, you're fighting for the same spotlight.
Oh.
So that was quite hard. But unlike the word family dynamics, because we came out of a lot of different challenges and different perspectives, just the way that my brothers and I saw something and the way that my stepbrother and stepsister and our other brother saw something, it was totally different. And having to try and reconcile what the family believes. So not just, oh, this is what my family believes and that's what your family believes, saying, okay, but this is what the clan believes.
So it became a blended belief system.
Yeah.
And not a separate one.
Yes. So it was really hard and very challenging. And a lot of people would look at us and say, oh, you are so blessed. And I was like, listen, I want to fight these people.
There's nothing to be blessed with.
Yeah. But even in that, I would say, yes, we were definitely blessed with the way that we were refined and the way that we learned compassion for other people coming out of other households and other perspectives, even though you're in the same culture. It's definitely different if you compare your household to your neighbors. And it was a blessing in the long run because when we get married, then you're like, hey, I understand where you come from because I've had to adjust to another way of seeing something and seeing life and just practical things in the household, how you have to adapt to that. So yes, in the long run, it definitely was a blessing.
A little bit of character building there.
Yeah, I just want to emphasize this, that if a family gets together and become a blended family, it's a natural thing to want to hold on to the old and resist change. And no, we need to do it like this because that's the way we've always done it.
Yeah.
But there needs to be compromises in everybody that enters this new household. Compromise and find a middle way for everybody. And you can't just say, but most of the children came out of this one household, so the others just need to adapt to us. No. everybody needs to compromise and find a new way of doing things that works for everybody, but also create new traditions for the new family, because it is a new family. New traditions that this is what we are known for, and this is what we stand for, Sheila now compared it to one day when you get married. When you get married, your husband brings things out of his family of origin, and you bring things of your family of origin, but you take what works for you as a new family of origin, and you make it work, and that's your new identity. Yeah. So when a family becomes a blended family out of 2 or 3 or 4 different households or families of origin, if you can put it like that, then nobody can say, but no, we're not going to do it like that. We have to do it like we've always done it.
Yes.
You have to find a way that works for everybody in the family.
And it's quite a difficult task to get that middle way.
But I also think being intentional and being very deliberate with the decisions that you make. So, for example, we were privileged enough to have a new house that we could move into. And just the way that the parents, we call them the parentals. So the parentals said, nobody's moving into the house until we can do it as a new family. Oh. So decisions like that, saying everybody start something together and having family meetings and saying, okay, whatever is bothering you, whether it's someone wiping their face with a dishcloth on table, or the way that someone leaves a little bit of cold drink in the jug in the fridge, whatever it is, say this is what's bothering me, and let's sort it out, because a lot of the small things build into this big thing, and like everybody comes with their emotions. Having a place where you can say, this is the way I feel, this is what's bothering me, we didn't do it this way, and I'm feeling like a part of my identity is being attacked, or whatever you feel. Just having an intentional place to say, this is what's happening, this is what I'm experiencing. And with everybody just saying, let's be deliberate in taking care of one another and trying to meet one another where they are. And not necessarily saying compromise is 50-50, because some places I feel like, I can go over to the way you're doing something, and other places it's like, listen, I really feel this is the only way that I can do it. And having that family dynamic and people just learning where the other one is and saying, okay, let's see how I can adjust so that the family unit can be stronger.
Unity is quite important.
Yes.
Lynette, think about it for a moment. What was a decision that you as the clan, or for the clan, that you had to take, which was very difficult?
I don't think there was really a decision that was too difficult for me. And if I'm talking now, I think I'm speaking for Andrew and myself, the parentals.
The parentals. I need to get back to that. Why parentals? But
parentals. It just became, they refer to us as the parentals. It's not mom and dad, and it's.
How do you feel to be called that?
It was either the parentals or the chickens. So
I will go for the parentals. I think, Lynette, you're fine with the parentals.
I'm fine with the parentals.
Chicken one and
the
two.
Parentals. The parentals, and I really think the Lord guided us a lot. And we didn't just make choices, and this is Andrew is a very, very wise man, and his wisdom came in here. We didn't just make choices. We prayed about things a lot, and we talked about it before we filtered it down to the children.
Okay.
And initially, when after Johan passed away, we had a small holding, and we said we're going to build a house for me and my 4 children on the small holding. But before we got there, then we realized this is going to be a clan house. So there's it's not 5 people in the house now. Now it's 9.
Yes.
So then we had to change the plans of the house to fit everybody and so on. But when we were talking about it, we realized that we are throwing all these people into one basket now. And each of them are, because they were teenagers, each one of them already had their own identity and their own way of doing things. It's not like siblings growing up together from very small, getting used to each other. They were friends, which was really a blessing, but still they've got their own friendship circles and own identity and so on. And we need to give each child a place that they can call their own, where they can go to if they are upset or just need time out, or just rethink something that just happened or whatever. So we try to design the house in a way that each child has got their own private space, even if it was only a bed, to call their own. And this is my safe space. And if I'm here, leave me alone.
Yes. Okay.
Because I need to be by myself now and just do whatever I need to do to recover or think or plan or whatever they wanted to do in their safe space. But that was their space. So I think that was a very wise thing that the Lord revealed to us, that everyone, not just the children, even I, sometimes need a time out. And if my door is closed, no child in here now, I need to think. So we all had our safe space that we could go to and just recover or plan or whatever. And I think that helped a lot. That was a wise thing.
Wise decision, not difficult at all.
No, but it helped.
It helped. So there's always these kind of dynamics and family dynamics. And with you guys, it was so fortunate that you've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
And how did that, Sherilyn, when you discovered now, this friendship is not just coming to you and having or being at school and we are friends and then we'll visit on a Friday afternoon or a Saturday or what, and you can part. If sometimes you think I'm going to really bless my friend with unholy blessings sometimes because I need some time out, and then you realized, they in my space in the morning when I wake up. Their toothbrush is next to mine, and I need to deal with their issues as well. So how did that?
It was hard. So my sister and I both did exactly the same sports. We had the same subjects at school. And she was in the school, where we all matriculated, or most of us, 6 out of the 7 matriculated. So she was there first.
Okay.
So I always felt like an outsider because we moved to this school when the parentals got married. And I always felt I came second.
Okay.
And it wasn't intentional or anything like that, but we had a lot of times where we just didn't get along. And it wasn't necessarily aggressive or like passive aggressive. It was just our personalities sometimes clashed. And it was good to remember this is for a season.
Yeah.
The reason that we clash is because we are in the same circle, the same group of friends, because, I mean, Oeverval is only that big.
Yeah.
So you only have that many options for people
Okay.
to be friends with. But it was good to remember this is for a season.
Mm.
So my stepsister and I were in the same, phase or the same circle for about 3 years. And as soon as she left school, we became best of friends.
Oh, okay.
So we were like good friends, but we did clash, and it was hard because like you don't know how to fight with your stepsister compared to fighting with your little brother. Like it's easy. You could just like sort
Help
him
him
out
out.
in whatever way
Yeah.
you're used to, but coming in and you're both teenagers and you'd both try to respect one another, but you just came out of different perspectives and now you're in the same space the whole time. So that was hard, but it was still good to say we're actually just clashing because we're in the same space.
Okay, so
And
you
having
need
different
to have that mindset.
Yeah. And having like a mindset of this is only for until one of us matriculates or moves out of, not necessarily just moved out of the house, but we're in the same school. So school time, you're with one another, you're in the same
Home
hockey
time.
team, in
Yeah.
the same athletics team, like everything is the same church. So the whole time
Yeah.
you're faced with the same person over and over again, and you just do things differently.
Mm.
So not one is right and the other one is wrong. But as soon as my sister left school, it was like we became best of friends. So it was good to be able to like step back and say, okay, this is what the problem is,
Mm.
and the solution is in sight, even though you
Okay.
can't have it now. But
Yeah.
it was also a good time to build our relationship
Mm.
and see how she does the things differently and I do things differently, and also to learn compassion
Yeah.
and patience.
And long suffering sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's good. I mean, I'm thinking about it because you came in, she came in, and you've been used to brothers. And
so luckily my sister's also a tomboy.
Okay,
so that
so-
was great.
but she's also used to
Yeah,
brothers.
brothers. Yeah. So
She's-
that
she-
was part of why we clashed, because I don't know how to deal with girls, and she was also like, "Oh, you're a girl. What do I do with you?"
I wish you were my brother rather than a sister.
Yeah.
And that's a dynamic that the two girls needed to sort out as well. And Lynette, how did you face that dynamic? What did you see?
We had quite a few sit-down sessions, but they were, even though both tomboys, they were totally different people, different personalities. Deirdre was, still is, a young lady that, how can I put this? She is very, no, not very, but she's, it's important to her to look okay, and image is,
Yeah,
is,
okay.
is important. Where Sherilyn will walk in town with her slippers if she barefoot.
Really?
Yes.
So yeah, they were totally different, and the one's not wrong, and the other one's right.
Yeah, it's just
And
how
it's,
they are.
they're different. But besides the two of them, all of them were unique and different.
Mm.
And you just now you asked me what was the most difficult thing, and I couldn't think of anything that's difficult. But I've realized what was difficult in the beginning was, as a mother, you naturally want to protect your own blood
Mm.
if something happens. And I realized, and I think maybe through my training, maybe through wisdom God gave me, I don't know, but I realized from the beginning I can never choose sides. The children needs to be handled the same, all 7
Sure.
of them. Doesn't matter if you're my biological, my step, or my adopted. You need to be handled
Same.
the same.
Sure.
And sometimes when something happened, you immediately feel, but hey,
Mm.
and you want to protect your own. But they're all your own
Yeah.
in different ways. The
Yeah.
Lord gave you those children in different ways.
Mm.
And in the beginning, first few months, it was a bit difficult. But then later, with practicing
Yes,
it
yes.
became more natural. And something that I realized, and I realized again when Sherilyn and them moved to Canada, what I realized then was that actually all these children, all 7 of them, come from the Lord. He just gave them to me in different ways.
Okay.
4 of them was birthed out of me,
Blood to blood.
blood to blood. 2 of them was given to me when I married their father.
Mm.
And listeners, just to make it also clear, those 2 didn't stay with the mother. They were in our house.
Mm.
So it's not that they came to visit sometimes. They were in there 24/7,
yeah.
just like
Any
my
other, yeah.
biologicals, 24/7. And then the 7th one, the Lord placed with us because he needed a family.
Sure.
So they're all mine
Mm.
because the Lord gave them to me different ways.
Yeah.
And remembering that, it
Mm.
was easier to treat everybody the same.
Same. Yeah.
So if you're sitting with a blended family, don't think of your children as my children. No,
It's
they were given to you by the Lord.
I'm
So
going to give them
the
back one
others.
day.
gifts.
and so the others.
Mm.
It's
Mm.
just in a different way. And one day you'll have to be able to give them back to the Lord again.
Mm.
Just like, now I can't remember his name. Samuel, thank you. Just like Samuel was given back to the Lord,
Yeah.
you will have to give, because you can't live your children's lives for them.
Mm.
They have to live it themselves. It's your job to bring them up to fear the Lord. And then they have to listen to the Lord,
Yeah.
not to you anymore
Yeah.
when they're grown, and follow their own path. So then when I got that wisdom
Mm.
from the Lord, it was easier to treat everybody the same, because now it's my responsibility to bring them all up to fear the
Equally,
Lord
yeah.
equally.
Yeah.
They were just given to me in different ways.
I also think a difficult part of it was knowing how to treat us fairly,
But
the
differently.
same, but we're all different, so we perceive it differently.
Yeah.
So, for example, if we needed to be disciplined, I hated getting a spanking or a hiding or whatever you want to call it. So my parents would just threaten me with that, and then I would like beat myself up and just stay in line. And with my brothers, they were like, just hit me and get it over with.
Yeah.
Not that we ever got like very harsh lashings or anything,
Yeah.
but it was just different ways of disciplining the
Mm.
kids and learning them there are consequences for your actions.
Yeah.
So it was, I think, for my parents having to learn to get to know each and every one of us, and what, like, how you perceive the world and how you perceive certain concepts. So if they said to all of us, okay, let's say you all get one jelly tot, then we would want to, some people would want to know, okay, where do the jelly tots come from? How does this work? How does this work? And then my parents would have to explain that to everybody. And I think that was a very good lesson in being fair and being righteous, but also being transparent. And scripture tells us that you will have to be able to give a reasonable justification for the hope that is in you. So my translations get mixed. But it was a good lesson for us to learn that when someone asks you, why did you do something, that you will be able to give a reasonable answer. And they taught us that just with the way that they would handle all of us. So they would say, okay, we have decided this thing. This is what we thought initially. This is what we reasoned. And this is how we came to the decision. And if the kids had some feedback around it, they would be like, okay, we've considered this and we have agreed that this is a better solution.
Okay.
So it was never do this because we say this.
Yeah.
It was really like a relationship and an interaction. And it was, still is great to see how they reason with each and every one of us differently, but in a way that we understand.
Okay.
So they would have the same topic, but a totally different conversation between me and my one brother, just because we're different.
Yeah.
And we want to know different things.
Okay. So dynamics. And you need to know your children. That's it.
Yes.
That's the important part of it. I know our time is a little bit up, but I'm going ahead. There's a few things that I still want to ask, and I believe our station manager won't mind. So here we go. So think about it for a moment in the sense, in the context of having, how many? 7?
7.
Yeah.
7 children. All right. You would probably have, and you've got the boys. You sat down the boys, and total different conversations with the boys and the girls. Who was the easiest?
I can tell you who was the most difficult.
And I know the answer. I think it depends on the topic, though.
I think it depends on the topic. But I can tell you the one that's, I think, has got the most servant heart of all of them, that will give in and let others have their way much easier than the others, is the youngest.
Okay.
Yeah,
Without a
definitely.
doubt.
Without a doubt. Yeah, so he would say, yes, it's okay. But I think it's out of his personality.
Okay.
He will eat last he'll wait until everybody had enough, and then he'll come. But I don't know if it's because he's the youngest and just because he's who he is.
That's hard to distinguish.
He's got such a servant heart. On his 13th birthday, we had what means that? Barbaraka, but what's the going over from one season to another ceremony for him, and his one brother said, "To me, you are Christ with skin on." And I think that was the greatest compliment anybody could have given him. But he's got such a servant heart that he'll put himself last.
Sure.
So even if there's a conversation and there's a disagreement about something, which sometimes made it difficult, he will say it's okay, but then you don't really know, is it really okay? But eventually he will go and he will just process what has been said and so on, and it will be okay, but is it really okay?
Yeah.
That was difficult with him. But he was the easiest, I think, to... And we missed quite a few things with him because he was 3 years younger than the next one. She's the second youngest. Sherilyn's the second youngest, and he's the youngest, but he was 3 years after her. So from her until the oldest, there's 4 or 5 years difference.
4 years.
4 years difference, and then he comes.
Sure.
So it's actually 6 within 4 years, and then him.
And then him. But because it's 4 boys, 2 girls, and then a boy, we automatically pushed him with the boys.
Yeah.
But he was much younger than the other boys. The other boys are in 2 years span of time.
He's still mommy's baby.
He's still my baby. He'll always be my baby.
Oh, you'll fight me.
You are in trouble.
But he was, at a teenager stage, 4 or 5 years younger than another boy is actually much younger than them. But we pushed him with them because he's a boy and they're the boys. And so I think we missed quite a few things with him, which we had to go and work out afterwards when we realized it. We had to say, listen, we made a few mistakes with you. But he's a thinker. He's a philosopher. But he's got a very servant heart.
And he's emotionally intelligent. Super. He will phone me and tell me, you know why this thing upset you 10 years ago? Because this and this and this and this. And I'm like, how do you even... And then he explains it to me. Everybody, the background, how I see certain things, because he just has that emotional capacity.
Wow. Oh, wow. So that was the easiest one.
Yeah.
I'm still on the difficult one.
The difficult one is quite the opposite. It's the oldest one.
I figured.
He's highly intelligent and thinks about everything, but on a intelligence level, academic level.
Okay.
Which there's nothing wrong with, but he wants to convince you that it's right, because in his head, academically, it makes sense. But I'm an emotional person, so everything is not on an academical level for me. And he's more inclined academically, so he wants to explain everything on an academical level, and I want to cry about it.
Okay, so he's the voice of reason. It's all the reasonable stuff, and Mom is the emotional
and
stuff.
Then we struggle. Oh, we struggle.
And then you talk about the room of feeling, and he's like, no, you don't need feelings for this. It's a very logical conclusion. And then you're like, but that's not how I feel right now.
It's not the answer.
It's not what we're talking about, actually.
But the wonderful thing is that we need all of them to make the clan work the way it's working.
The naughtiest.
So my biological dad said, there is a difference between being obedient and naughty, and obedient just never gets caught.
Well saved. Well saved. Well saved. I'm not gonna even try to go anywhere with that one. I'll just let it be. Well,
but we had many fun times with these 7. For instance, we'll say it's time to take off the table, take the dishes off the table. And then the boys clear the table. Thank you. Clear the table. Then the boys will pick up the girls and carry them on their backs. The girls carrying the dishes, they're carrying the girls, but they're all working clearing the table, things like that.
So let's quickly do a hard one and then a nice one. What, Sherilyn, I will start with you. What was the not nicest memory?
So I like Uncle Andrew for Andrew. I really like him. But that was the problem. So when they got engaged, I was like, yeah, I like him. He's cool. And then I just realized like, he's going to marry my mom. So the hard part was I liked him, so I couldn't be upset with him. But it was very weird, someone marrying your mom.
Uh-huh.
And I remember just how upset I was with being angry with him for taking my dad's place. Not that he did.
Yeah.
But still, like, it just didn't compute in my head. And I remember how upset I was with him. And just that transition in your mind, because I was 15 when they got married. And just thinking, like, this is a very big shift in your mind from having your dad being married to a mom to this uncle. And like I said, the thing was I wanted to be upset with him and I wanted to fight him, but he was so nice with us and he did everything right.
So you couldn't.
It was,
that was the difficult part.
I was really angry with him, but I couldn't be angry with him. And just the way that the parents approached it in such a soft, loving way.
Oh,
So
wow.
we had a lot of like rough wrestling matches where he allowed me to win just so that I could feel better. But I remember just that feeling of being super upset and thinking like he owes me the world because he's taking my mom and he's taking my dad's place. But it was just like being a teenager and everything changes and we change provinces and schools. And the way that he just approached it with so much love and compassion. And I also think that influenced the way that I see God, like between being righteous and loving and just so much compassion. So I can feel whatever I'm feeling, but it doesn't allow me to like hit him or anything like that. But just the way that he was like, okay, this is how you're feeling. I totally get where you're coming from. It's okay to feel that way, but let's go forward in a very constructive way.
And he never said that she's not, or they're not allowed to mention their biological father.
He made me cry because he was like, you're going to remember your dad now. Listen to the song, cry. You need to remember him and you need to honor him as your dad, which was great, even though I didn't like it. But it was great because I'm 50% my dad, 50% my mom. And that was just an amazing way that he said, this is a part of you that you need to remember and you need to honor.
Sure.
So let's listen to the song and cry if you need to and sit on my lap and here's a tissue. But feel this and remember this. Don't just
let it be.
Ignore it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Annette?
My most difficult thing is now this, I don't know if you would expect this, but my most difficult thing with these 7 is letting them go.
I definitely expect that.
Seeing them growing up. Now, all of them, my biological ones, I saw from from birth. And then the others I got, and I felt such compassion for them for what they've been through. And look, if you look at all 7 of them, I mean, 4 of them have lost their dad at tender age. 2 of them had to go through divorce of parents. 1 had to go through a time where his parents couldn't look after him and he didn't have a family to fall back on. So all of them actually had reason to say, I'm not succeeding in this world because, and give it a reason. But they didn't. They all stand up, young people, filling their place in the society and so on. But as they were growing up, like the boys when they got their driver's licenses, that was a big thing for me. When the girls got theirs, it was huge. What's going to happen to them on the roads, and I had to let go. And then when they started moving out of the house, it's just, I have to trust the Lord for it.
Sure.
I can't look after them 24/7. And I realized the Lord loves them more than I do. So I can let them go because He'll look after them.
Yeah, definitely.
That was the hardest.
So Lynette, I'm going to start with you again on this side and work ourselves. Somewhere along the line, I need to do news. So we've got about a few minutes left. So the absolute craziest, happiest moment that would be first on your list, if
craziest, happiest.
The one that surpasses
Okay,
everything.
I'm just gonna tell things that comes into my head when you ask that. The craziest moments was when these young people in our house just went crazy. Like chasing each other, jumping over the kitchen shelf, catching the other one on the feet, and all of them falling on the floor. Things like that. The horse running away with Deirdre the one day, and everybody trying to pitch in to try and catch the horse, and she's just holding on for dear life. Jean-Pierre using the kite surfer, not on water, but on land in the Lucerne field.
With
coming-
Marco, who's afraid of heights.
It was Marco who's afraid of heights, holding onto his feet to try and put more weight on it to keep it on the ground, but Marco losing his grip and Jean-Pierre going into the air, falling. I had to come down at one stage and falling very hard. This crazy stuff that the kids did together. But I loved it. I love them I always told them, I don't want couch potatoes. Do what you want to do. Enjoy life. We've got a medical aid, so we can always fix whatever you break.
And we fixed whatever we broke.
Okay.
But just go and enjoy life. The quad bikes in the field at the top, Marco broke the one quad bike the one day, and because he rammed something, I can't remember what, but the upsetness between them for the quad bike being broken now, but all pitching in to help to get the quad bike home and things like that. It was just crazy times. Going for a Saturday afternoon drive, if I can call it that, into the game, what you call it, camp, with bicycles, horses, and quad bikes to get something underneath to go on the ride with, and things like that. It was just crazy times, but
Crazy
wonderful
fun
times. Yeah.
And you will never, you will do it again.
I'll do it again.
Okay.
Anytime.
Sherilyn?
I think for me, it wasn't necessarily crazy, but the best thing of being part of the clan is someone is backing you.
Okay.
So between being next to the hockey field, or I remember BBM at that ping. So I was writing a math test and Dewald knew it and he just started pinging me and I knew it was him. But just the fact, someone is thinking about you and someone is either praying for you or they just have your back. And all from when we were really small till now, where I went through a really depressive stage after one of my pregnancies, and there would always be a brother or my sister or a sister-in-law, just someone backing you. And if you have a prayer request on the clan, then everybody's immediately, yeah, we're praying for it. So for me, so it lasts up until today. I'm trying to think getting everybody together really sucks because we live in different countries and everybody is scattered and everybody has their own life. So even though I like having my own family and my own life, I miss being part of the clan first and foremost. Yeah. But still knowing if you need someone to be there for you, they are there without even wondering. And you can phone them in the middle of the night and they will answer and say, how can I help you? What's wrong? Or what can I pray for? Yeah. So that is the cool thing. So even though we don't talk every day, some of us talk once in a month or once every 6 months, just because our personalities are like that. But still, if you tell them, hey, this thing, and they're like, yeah, sure. I'm praying for you, if I back you or whatever.
So, as we wrap up family conversations on Joyful Journey Home on Just Gospel, give us advice. I don't know where we need to start. Yeah. I feel inclined to start with Lynette, but she's going to drop the mic and give us wisdom in its fullest. So, Sherilyn, I'll start with you. And then we'll close with Lynette. Advice for any listener who's listening, how to survive a clan or a blended family.
Be intentional with trusting the Lord. So intentional with saying that you trust the Lord and making it a point to be visible about trusting the Lord. our relationship with God is based a lot on how we see our parents' relationship with the Lord. So if you don't see them doing Bible study, you probably won't know how to.
Yes.
So that with being intentional, with being open with your relationship with the Lord, but also saying, if my family does something that I don't like or I don't understand, Scripture tells us that we should not rely on people.
Yes.
But we should rely on the Lord. So I think, really, for me, if it wasn't for the Lord, we wouldn't have made it. But also trusting in the Lord, saying that His plan is so much better than ours, and He knows us inside and out. And even though we love our family, they don't.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to try and be very quick.
You don't have to. We will sacrifice 4:00 news. Don't make it brief. Get it
out.
Yeah, get it out. Let it loose.
When the blended family is not a blended family yet, and they moving towards that side, getting married. Firstly, remember, it's two families getting married, not just the mom and the dad getting married. It's everybody that's in the family that's involved. And mommy and daddy, when you're not married to the other one yet, your children are your first responsibility. And if you've got any doubt that the other person will be a good parent to your child, don't do this. Don't get married. Once you've decided, okay, I trust this other person will be a good parent to my child, and you do get married, the moment you say, I do, the child is not your first priority anymore. Then your spouse is your first priority. Then you are one in the marriage. So when you're a blended family, first, your relationship with the Lord.
Yes.
Second, your relationship with the spouse. Thirdly, your relationship with the children. Biological, step, adopted, doesn't matter how they came into your life, but only then your relationship with them, but equally with them then.
This also counts for a non-blended family.
Blended and non-blended. So this is how we conclude our time on family conversations. Yes, we've got Lynette and Sherilyn with us today. It's absolutely fantastic having mom and daughter on family conversations, and I know it's not going to be the last, because we will bring her in with WhatsApp whenever we can. I'm not too sure how.
Early morning.
Early mornings, okay.
Yeah, I think it's about 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in Canada right now.
You are awake with
my
coffee.
My kids wake up at 6.
So. Yeah, okay, so you will be okay. So ever so often we will phone up Sherilyn and have these kind of interesting family conversations, because I do believe that it's practical. First of all, and there's a lot of wisdom and experience that goes into this. And having a family, having a blended family, is not always easy. But by the grace of God, you've made it and you will make it. Maybe your life at this moment feels like chaotic and you cannot do this because you don't understand. Listen, there's hope. There's always hope, and there is a family that, with a lot of other conversations that went on, they made it work, because the Lord is always in your family dynamics. So from me to you, let us get some music going. Thank you so much for joining us here in the studio, from afar, from a near, and from here. So here we go.
Every family has a story worth telling. Family conversations, where real talk happens on Just Gospel, your 24/7 gospel radio station.
flying free beneath the sun. Days go running and hiding, and the weeks go slipping and sliding. Years leave quicker every time they come. Remember when we were young? Back to the best of days, collecting our yesterday, as they build up one by one. Oh, how we beg and we borrow, say we'd do it tomorrow, but tomorrow never seems to come. We used to never say never,